Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to the Dyson Sphere program. It's by YouthCat Studio and published by Gamera Game. And it's in early access right now on Steam. It's currently 10% off at $18 US, normally $20 US. And it's a building, automation logistics game, very similar to Factorio. It's got elements of Satisfactory as well. If any one of you has played that, I've played that. I enjoyed that game. So it's got, but it's not, whereas Satisfactory could arguably be called the 3D version of Factorio, even though Factorio is a lot deeper than Satisfactory is right now. This is still more of it's 3D, but it's more of a 2.5, right? Because it's like you're above and behind your mech, not it's like a third person thing rather than a first person thing. So that's what's going on here. Any of the Star Trek geeks out there, like myself, if you've watched any TNG, immediately you're going to go, oh, Dyson Sphere, I remember that. That was you probably already know all about it. I believe it was, I know the episode's name was called Relics, and it's constantly been on fan favorite episodes whenever they do marathons and stuff. I believe it was season 7 of Star Trek Next Generation, maybe 6, but I'm pretty sure it's 7 because they had the final uniforms and stuff. So yeah, I am, for those who aren't nerds, sci-fi nerds, at least Star Trek nerds, the game actually describes pretty well what a Dyson Sphere is, as well as the Kamarov? Well, I think it's the name is in there. Civilization Index, and this is one of those things that kind of really fascinates me. So I'm going to take a little bit of time at the beginning here as we get into the game and read the story of the game. The game story is there, as well as the way the game explains Dyson Sphere and stuff. And I have a little bit more information even on over and above that, because it does a very good job of it if you've never heard of what this is. So without further ado, let's do a new game. And I'm going to do, so we can have 64 stars. I'm just going to keep it at 64 stars. I'll keep the resource multiplier at 1 time. Looks like we can start at the G-type star, or I can start, I guess that's just, I guess you can't change your starting. I never actually tried to change it, but we'll start the main sequence G-type yellow star. You can see over here there's 8 G-type stars. G-type star is the same as our sun. Sol is a yellow G-type main sequence, and M and all these other things are actual classifications of stars. So there we go. We'll do that. Seed. What do I want to do? 8675309 maybe. Ooh, nice. Nice, okay. Gave me a lot of B-type stars, but we'll see what's going on there. Alright, let's do it. Start game. And as you can imagine, I'm going to take the beginning slow, because there's a lot to cover.
Welcome
a lot of ground
to
to
the
cover.
actual universe. You may find it's different from our homeland. Should you be able to adapt to the laws of physics in a short time, I am your advisor and will help you through this mission. Everything here is yours. As one of Cosmo and the pioneer of the Dyson Sphere program, you will explore this cluster step by step. By using the resources here to construct the Dyson Sphere to provide energy for the center brain to maintain homeland, starting from scratch. I have chosen a designated planet for you to start the mission. which has necessary resources for initial development. Now please drive the space capsule to the planet.
And apologies, it is, again, it's early access. They haven't quite figured out their audio balancing yet, so that the voiceover is as low for me as it is for you guys. So the music does kind of drown it out. So, but again, early access, they're going to probably work on that, I imagine.
Now you are about to reach the designated planet. This is Icarus, a lightweight industrial mecha with powerful functionality. You can use the arrow keys or right-click on the destination to control its movement. In this mission, you will manipulate Icarus to travel beyond the stars and create miracles.
Oh, excuse me for a minute. Got something caught in my throat.
Now try to recycle the space capsule. Right-click on it to recycle.
Okay. As you can see, we start out with a mecha. You move around with WASD, and then obviously, as they said here, you recycle your landing pod, and it gives you some energy back.
You can use the same operation to collect resources, such as trees, gravel, etc. In the meantime, hold down Shift and right-click to give a series of commands. You receive several items after recycling the space capsule. Click the inventory button in the lower right corner of the screen to open the cabin to view them.
Right, so you can shift click to, as he says, to get all the have your mech go around and gather stuff. Just like in Factorio and Satisfactory, when you first start out the game,
you can hold down mouse
you have to
rotate the angle
do everything manually, and then as you research things, you then research logistics and all kinds of stuff, and that you can start to automate a lot of these processes. And it really does, the game really does kind of push you to automate stuff because it is painfully slow at the very beginning here. But before we get into any of that, the game has a background here. Tell you what's going on.
Yet you have not unlocked the construction menu, which will be done automatically.
All right, can I just? Could you just?
Click
you just shush?
Button at the
Thank you.
right of the screen.
Trying to talk here, okay? You're being very rude as I try to talk here. Also, I'm noticing that I am blocking the view here, so let me work on that for a second. Sorry, apologies. Streamer things here, streamer things. There we go. Move that over slightly, so I'm in a spot where I'm not blocking things. I guess I could move the time over too, but no real easy. Actually, you know what? I'll move that into the corner. Where is that at? The good question. Where does that show up at? Oh, here it is. There. It's semi-transparent, so it shouldn't block too much. Okay, there we go. Sorry, apologies. I just realized I was blocking UI. At least I realize it now and not later. So this is the story background for the game. So, in the future, human beings enter the ranks of advanced civilizations, and the power of science and technology brings rapid development. People use virtual reality to iterate space and time, create a virtual universe much larger than the real world, and gradually transfer human consciousness to the virtual universe. The operation of the virtual world requires supercomputing power. For this reason, human beings circle the sun and create a supercomputer, the center brain, hoping to use its powerful computing power to expand the virtual home. Computing power of the center brain gradually reaches its limit because the number of consciousnesses continues to grow. If you want to accommodate more consciousness is it needs more energy supply. So, the Cosmo launched an engineering project codenamed Dyson Sphere Program, sending engineers to the real world to build the Dyson Sphere to provide continuous and stable energy for the center brain. As a member of Cosmo and the pioneer of the Dyson Sphere program, you will control the mecha on an unknown journey by using the terminal. You need to gather resources, plan, design production lines, gradually realize full automation starting from scratch, and transform your factory from a small workshop, developing into a magnificent intergalactic industrial empire, and finally build a great miracle, the Dyson Sphere. Builders of great civilizations, in this process you're bound to encounter many difficulties. After all, the universe is so large that anything can happen. However, your creativity and imagination will help you accomplish this great goal. The entire cluster will become the cornerstone of human civilization under your plan. Alright, so that's the story background. Now, for those who are unfamiliar with the concept of a Dyson Sphere, maybe we're not a big fan of Star Trek Next Generation, but what is a Dyson Sphere? As civilization continues to develop, the demand for energy will continue to increase in the vast universe. Develop the stars, energy becomes an inevitable choice for civilization's development when the energy on a planet can no longer sustain. Yeah, English is not their first language because that sentence is wrong. In 1960, Mr. Freeman Dyson, actually professor? Well, he was a professor, right? I don't know if he was a doctor or not. Anyway, put forward a legendary concept, the Dyson Sphere theory. Dyson Sphere is an imaginary space giant that can surround an entire star and obtain most of its energy output. According to classification, and then it goes into the Kardashev civilization level. So basically, they didn't really describe it as well as I had hoped they would. But basically, a Dyson Sphere is so the concept is put forth in science by Kardashev, which was I believe he was a Russian scientist, and I think he came up with this back in the 60s, 68 maybe. He classified civilizations on a scale of how much they utilize the power of their sun, because basically the theory goes, or the postulation, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, that in order for a civilization to attain greater forms of technology, they need energy. Energy is the building blocks of pretty much everything. I mean, heck, energy is the building blocks of economy even. Nothing works if we don't have energy. You need energy to heat your homes, you need energy to produce food, you need energy for everything. So Kardashev put forth this theory that a level 1 civilization can utilize the entire energy output of its local sun. I'm sorry, of the sun, the entire energy output of the sun as it reaches their home planet, I should say. That's level 1. Level 1 is basically the maximum amount of energy a star throws onto your planet you've utilized. Level 2 is you've utilized the entire output of your local system's sun, right, star. And level 3 is you've utilized all of the output of all of the stars in your home galaxy. And then there's additional levels that others have tacked on, like level 4 being you've utilized a level 4 technology. A level 4 civilization is one that has utilized all the energy output of the entire universe. And then level 5 being of the multiverse. And then, of course, there's a level 0. And we're technically at level 0, which is we're, I think, somewhere around 0.7 on the scale, where we don't yet utilize all of the energy coming from the sun that reaches our planet. I think there's 4 orders of magnitude more energy hitting the planet than we actually utilize. But we're getting there eventually. So that's the whole classification system. The idea of a race that's so advanced they can build basically anything because they've got limitless energy resources to tap into. So a Dyson sphere, or as it's more commonly known as a Dyson swarm, is basically a collection of receivers, basically solar panels, essentially, surrounding a star. And those panels would then be able to absorb all of the energy that star is putting out and utilize it for building and technology and everything else. What we saw in the episode Relics from Star Trek The Next Generation was more of a Dyson's shell, which is the same concept. Except it's one continuous shell. It's a much bigger engineering feat, let's put it that way, because you're basically building this ginormous structure that is with a huge radius. Basically a radius large enough that the interior surface of that falls on the Goldilocks zone of the star. The Goldilocks zone being the area of the star where the temperature is just perfect enough for life to form. So you think basically the radius of the Earth's orbit around the sun is how big, and that's several 100 million miles, 30 million miles. I forget. I don't have the numbers in my head. Millions of miles in diameter. You would make that, and then the civilization would, not only would you be collecting all of the energy from the sun, but the entire civilization would then live on the inner edge of that sphere, and it would be enough land that it would be. I mean, we're talking. The numbers are astronomical. Like it would be hundreds of thousands of Earths, basically, worth of land, if not more, that you could then use, and everybody would have plenty of space to move out and all that stuff. That is what we saw more in the TNG episode, was that much larger. I mean, it's a pretty huge feat of engineering just to do a Dyson swarm, which is just an disconnected swarm of, like, satellites and stuff. But then to have like one solid thing that then is far enough away from the sun that life could form on it, like that's crazy levels of engineering. But that's basically all. That's the concept that they're going for here. That's kind of the science behind it, the science fiction. I guess it's a little bit of both behind what they're driving for here. So yeah, this stuff, as you can imagine, fascinates me greatly. So that's why I've taken the time to just kind of lay all that out. I know you want to see gameplay, but it's just this is my jam right here. Anyway, so you can move around with WASD. Or you can right click, and I'll probably be right clicking mostly because everything else in the game involves clicking pretty much. So we got some crude oil here. We're going to need some trees, and I'm going to need some coal. I don't think that's coal. I'm going to find some, but basically what we're doing is our you see there's an energy bar down here. That's how much energy our mech has. And so over time, as we do things like crafting and whatnot, we use up energy. And if you run out of energy, everything just slows down to a crawl. So it's not like the end of the world, but obviously you want to not run out of energy, essentially. So we got some iron up here, which is good. All more connected than it was in my earlier run, which is nice. I've not seen any coal yet, though. What do we have here? Do we have
In the planet
any?
view mode, you can hold down the middle mouse button drag, rotate the angle of view, and hold down the
There's
right
some
mouse
coal
button,
there.
drag
What?
to roll the angle of view. Press N key to point to the front to the North Pole.
So we're here. And there's some coal. That's stone there. I think there's some coal way over there. Is there? It doesn't look like it. Oil there. Alright, so we're going to have to travel a little bit. Coal is one of the better things to power your mech with. Why I'm looking for it. Anyway. Let's get... So we need some basic stuff. So we've got a replicator. You can replicate a bunch of component parts. We don't know any buildings yet, but we'll be getting there. Here's my inventory and all that stuff. Let me move that over a little bit. This window just kind of is always in the way. Technology tree is where we want to start. We want to get electromagnetism started, which means we got to build 10 magnetic coils. We'll activate that. Now this acts as a queue, so I can queue these things up here. I'm going to queue up the basic logistics system next. So I have it, and then automatic metallurgy, sure. And then I don't need that right away. Get basic assembling process. Need that right away. Is that just fluid storage, right? Yeah. High efficiency plasma, I don't need. Electromagnetic drive, I don't need right now. Okay. Those, and then I'll unlock the electromagnetic matrix. So then get me to the other ones there. And you can see they have use inventory item checked here, which means they'll take out of your inventory. There's also upgrades you do, and you can also queue all these up as well. This one requires the electromagnetic stuff. Mecha core, I can do that. That's relatively straightforward. Angle frame, we don't have things for yet. We don't have stuff for that yet either. Communication control. Energy circuit is coal, logs, energetic graphite. Okay, we don't have that. Drone engine is just that. This one's just magnetic coils and coal, so I guess I can queue that. Alright, that's got all kinds of stuff, prerequisites it needs. Alright, so we'll stick with that for the moment. And then they'll just show up here in sequence as we go. And then you can right click on any of these, which I had to figure out on my own, because I was like, how is this not working? Because I had them in the wrong order. You can right click and it will move it out of the queue. And move everything back up. So anyway, for the magnetic coil, we need magnets, obviously, which are made from iron, and then we need some copper. So what we're doing there. Let's go some iron. Don't need that much. Just enough to do what we gotta do. I've got some silicon as well, huh? Okay. Organic crystals. Well, that's a thing. And you got our mech here. So what I'll do is we'll use the hydrogen fuel rods for now. Keep our power our power going. Like I said, this is the slow part, obviously. This is gonna go. You gotta do everything manually at the beginning, which is par for the course for these games. I will say though, the way the UI is laid out, it kind of makes it, kind of forces you to be very slow, which I assume is by design, because that kind of pushes you even more to like this automation started and stuff, because that seems to be the point of the game. But yeah, there's a lot of like, even like when you look at the replicator menu, like probably not the best way they could have laid this out. I mean, it's clean, but it's also rough when you're trying to do buildings and stuff, and it's like, you know, I mean, you can click on buildings when they come up and have them do their thing, but then the buildings are all like spread out all over the place, and it's kind of a weird layout. But, you know, again, I think they really want you to automate the stuff and then never be in that menu again, pretty much. Alright, so I think we have enough iron ore right now. Let's get over here and get some copper. And then we can start making some stuff and getting some research done, which will unlock automatic mining for us, and then we'll get logistics going, and we can get some automation, making our life a little bit easier, maybe. Alright. It's slow, but it's going. You know what? I queued up all these things, but I really need to. Well, do I need electric? No, I don't need that. No, I'm all right. That's correct. I did it the right way. I did it the wrong way when I did it in off camera, so second guessing myself when I really shouldn't. We'll definitely get to 100 here. That ought to be good for the moment. There it is. Alright, so replicator, and we need 10 of these, which is the maximum you can produce by hand. So oh, that's right, it does 2 at a time, so I'm actually making 20. Well, that's fine. You see, it's automatically taking them out of my, for the research, it's taking them out of my inventory. I'll be going along there. We're going to need probably 10 of these. I'm just going to do 20 here. Do that now. Unlocked a new automatic mining machine, which will automatically collect ores for you. Of course, capacity is limited. You may wish to transport these minerals to the smelting facility automatically. Okay. All right, move that out of the way.
You have created a mining machine to achieve ore collecting automation. Pick it up from the inventory, or select it on Gathering of Construction menu to build it.
Alright, what we're going to do is have it mine iron for me over here. Now it does it in an arc.
To rotate the mining machine for covering more veins. The more veins covered, the faster the ores will be gathered. If you want to ignore grid snapping, try holding down the shift key.
So it's a little bit weird. And then we have a wind turbine.
Wind turbine. You have established your first power grid. Not all power facilities has its power supply area. Use the Tesla tower to extend the area of the power grid.
All right, that's the Tesla tower, basically your power lines, essentially. And these have a maximum of 50, I believe. Yep, so we can pull that out of there. Now I want to build another miner to get the copper. And what I really need is some... Oh, I found a little bit of coal, it looks like. But I need to go over to that coal vein and get even more going. Alright, so... with a replicator and... we need 10 of these. So... yeah, 10 of those. And then I need another mining facility, so do that. You see it automatically puts all the stuff in there that I need for it, which is good. But again, it's a queue, so it's queuing them up in that particular order. So and I also need another wind turbine. Alright, basic logistics system is complete. Excellent. So we got conveyor belts and things now, which is good.
You have received the sorter and the conveyor belt, which can achieve full automation now. Use the conveyor belt to transport the piled up ores from the mining machine, and the sorter can deliver the ores from the conveyor belt to the smelter for automatic smelting.
Okay, so we need to get... so obviously, as I said, these things only go to 50 and then they stop working. We want to get them into storage. Now, one of the nice things is you can stack the storages, but I don't have the storage facilities research yet, I don't think. So let's get what do I need here? I need more of those and more of those. Those going. Yeah, what one is the storage? Where did I do the storages? This is basic logistics. It's unlocked. We're doing metallurgy, assembling. That's fluid storage. I think when we do assembling, no. That's the smelter, which is fine. One of these I feel like gives us the regular storage stuff. I forget where that's at. We can actually build a storage thing. Oh, I don't have enough. Oh, it's still making them. It's like, how do I not have enough stuff for this here? There we go. I've unlocked the smelter. Good. It'll just make things a little bit faster. We need 10 of these. Go ahead and produce those now. While that's happening, we've got... He gave me 3 smelters, so... put one right there. And...
You built a smelter, which can smelt basic materials, such as iron ingots and copper ingots automatically. While you want to make the raw materials and products get in and out of it autonomously, you need to use sorters and conveyor belts. When putting a conveyor belt, all you need to do is determine the starting point and the end point of it. In addition, use the up arrow key to lift up one level, and use the down arrow key to drop down one level
machine.
after the conveyor belt is lifted. Press keypad 0 to reset the construction height of the conveyor belt to the ground. If you don't want the conveyor belt to be attached to the building, you can try holding down the shift key. The sorter is a transportation connector of cargoes between facilities. It will automatically transport them as long as the supply facility and the receiving facility are bridged.
Okay. Do that and that. There we go. Let's get our Tesla thing here. Tesla tower. That can actually work.
You have done building the first power transmission facility, Tesla
Tower.
Go. It can carry out short-distance wireless power transmission and expand the power supply.
We need let's make more of these
to view the current power grid information.
And more of these. We're gonna need them. And then building-wise, I need another Tesla tower. Actually, there's 2 of those. Oh, whatever. I should have did that a little bit better, but anyway, we got that going so it can start smelting those immediately. And same thing here, because we don't really have any use for the raw ore. I need so I got a smelter. Right there. Go there. Oh, what the? Not that. And then do that to there. And our energy is getting low. So let's put some of that in there. And some of plant fuel in there. Those. Unlock the matrix lab. Or rather the center brain connector. You'll use it to upload the matrices to center brain to obtain technology. Yep. Oh, I have these reversed. Damn it. That's the problem. I'm like, what is going on here? I reversed it. Gotta go from to 2. I gotta go from here to there. Like that. Oh, and then I gotta select the recipe. This is copper, so do that. There we go. There we go. I did the same problem over here.
After selecting the recipe, you can use the less than key to copy the recipe and the greater than key to paste the next building that needs to set the same recipe.
Right here. That you don't have to do this from the inventory. You can do it from down here too. Probably better to do it from this panel, but you know. Oh, this is not even connected. What's going on with me? What? Okay, it's getting all confused because I'm doing it the wrong way here. Alright, let's go like that. There we go. This guy. There we go. Alright, and then this one should do iron ingots. And it's probably complaining about power, right? Yeah, power load is like 134%. So we need some more We need some more power here, so let's go under the power thing. Get, not a Tesla tower, no, I want... Not that. Gotta make 2 more of these. Actually, we'll do 4 more, because I'm gonna get a couple more on the other side too, so that they don't run out. And then, as you can see, we need a bunch of copper ingots and iron ingots, so that will, these facilities will come into great use right away here. What's the power looking like here? 100% satisfaction, good. How about this one? Oops. Alright, so we're getting good power there. It looks like. A lot more stable power anyway. Let me grab it when it gets to 50 here. For no reason other than just because. I think this stacks to 100 if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Alright, and then down here, you can see it's having power issues. We'll fix that right now. There we go. That's much better. And oh, this, yep, that already hit 100. I've been there for so long. Cool. Hopefully we'll get, I think, oh, we do have storage now, it looks like. One of these things unlocks storage. That's good. Let's go storage mark 1. And not enough items, I got it. I don't like that. Like oh, you gotta go into your replicator. It's like, well, but replicator's just gonna make them because I have the raw materials. You know what I mean? Like, just freaking produce it already. I need any more stone. Is fine. I'm over here. Alright, so Mecha Core level is going up. What I need now, where should I put all these? Where should I put the storage at? I guess I could just put the storage in this center here. Between all these things, maybe? I mean, why not? Storage will go bango, bango. Oh, going too high right now.
Which can be used to store cargo. You can manually store or use the sorter to automatically stock the cargo.
Where's my replicator? Get one more of these. There we go. That on top of there. Excellent. Okay. So what I want is conveyor belts. Go from here. Lack of item. That's really annoying. What do I need here? Does 3 at a time? That's good. Alright. Do that. Yeah, I feel like if you lack the prerequisites for it, then I can understand that it would stop me here. But honestly, if you have the prerequisites for it, then it should just make some. You know what I mean? It's just make you one or whatever, or at least pop up the window that's like, how many do you want or whatever, you know? Anyway, go there, 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 there. And then we'll get sorter. Have that put them into there. And into there. And then this one, you could, on the sorter, you could say what you want the filter to be. This one will just be, not iron ore, iron ingots. There we go. And this sorter over there. Good. And then this guy will just be copper ingots. Excellent. We need to get some power there as well. We'll put a power thing here. And a Tesla thing there. Yep. Core energy will deplete soon. Where's my... Do I have coal here? I guess I have wood. We can use that. Right there. Yeah, we'll use that for now. Well, that sucks. All these are getting held up there. Oh, that's terrible. Okay. I mean, it makes sense, but it's also freaking terrible. Because it's not fast enough to pull them off at the rate they're coming out. Okay, so... Yeah, alright. So we just have to eliminate that right there now. I'll have to do it. I'll have to be a little more creative with it. Where's the thing at? So we'll go from here to there, there. I'm gonna make some more stuff. Way. What? We still have some research to do here. I gotta go over and get that coal. Most definitely. Alright, now we're making some. There we go. Alright, from there to there to there. There to there. And I'll set it as copper anyway, even though that's basically all it's going to have. And then I got to do just one more of these. There we go. Come on, close. There you go. And then you're going from there to there. There we go. Okay. So that's got stuff going. In the meantime, let's grab some trees here. So we have more power. And where was that coal? Is that coal over there? It looks like it. Nope, that's stone. No, there's coal. That's definitely coal. Okay. So let's replicate a... do I have any? I do have a wind turbine already. Put that here. I need a mining machine. One of those in. There's coal going. And then I need a... I don't need a smelter. I just need some storage then, right? Let's make 3 of these. All right. For the miner. Of course, I put this too close, right? Where's that? Miner. There. And then power. There. And then storage. 1, 2. Put some storage over here for stone in case I need it. Move you out of the way for a second, and we'll go way to that way. And I gotta make some sorters, because of course I do. But luckily we've got enough resources for it. Alright, so... Oh, actually, no, I'm wrong. These don't need a sorter to come out of. I can make the thing come right out there. That's right. I forgot about that. I just need a sorter for that to go into there. And then we need a little bit of power. There we go. Got that working now. We'll have a ton of coal. Do whatever I need with. Which we're actually going to need 147 for that research. So that's good. How are we doing with power? We're okay right now. Our power's going up. And I need a bunch of magnetic coils. So what I want to do... So what is this? Do I have the machining stuff yet? Is that what I'm doing right now? I'm doing drive engine. Oh yeah, that's the upgrade. Okay, so yeah, I do have basic assembling processes, which is good, because I want to come over here and get a bunch of... I want to get 2 assembly things together. We're doing magnetic coils and electronics, because those are like the things that we need the most of. So let's see. I want to production. Let's get an assembling machine there, and build another assembling machine. Oh, I need 8 gears. I don't have enough iron. Okay, we'll grab some from storage here. Another one of those. And oh wow, we're coming up on an hour. I meant to make this only a half an hour, but oh well. Let's plop this down. Right here, maybe. And we'll call that an episode, friends. You can see a lot going on here. We'll get our more automation going and everything. And we'll be right back with all that stuff. But for those who will be watching the recording, thanks so much for watching. And I will see you next time.